still breathing, sharing a pitiful crust between them.
Ninjago and Monkey Kid are some of my favorite shows of all time. Though they may be very different in terms of visuals, tone, and style, they both still contain aspects of what drives me towards the show. I want to put these two juggernauts against each other and discuss which is the better show. Here are some factors I'll set for who will win each round. I'll discuss animation, story, music, consistency, and the fan base. Note, this is all my opinion. You can have a different opinion than me, and you don't have to agree with what I say, so let's begin. Now, both of these shows have extremely different art styles, with Ninjago being stereotypically a 3D show due to the 2010 era of LEGO. All of their shows were in 3D, while Monkey Kid is surprisingly portrayed in a hand-drawn 2D animation style. Now, Ninjago throughout its existence has went through multiple animation styles. They stuck with the bare-bones early 2000s CGI style, a more sleek and refined animation quality update with the Oni trilogy, a more typical Saturday morning cartoon animation quality with the 11-minute era having more flat backgrounds and lighting, 3 forms of 2D/3D animation for the Legacy shorts, and a beautiful painted look aesthetic for Dragon's Rising, along with having more dynamic camera and lighting due to it being animated on Unreal Engine 5. But the basic idea is that Ninjago is a very well animated 3D show. In fact, one of the best looking 3D animated shows I've seen, with amazing fight choreography, action sequences, and camera dynamics. Like those one-take shots in Dragon's Rising are some of the cleanest ones I've ever seen. Well, for Monkey Kid, it's done with a hand-drawn 2D animated style, which already makes it above most 2D shows in terms of animation quality, due to most shows being on rigs. Though what made Monkey Kid different than most Western 2D shows is that the animation is some of the most fluid I've ever seen. Taking advantage of its hand-drawn nature, smear frames can go wild along with character expressions, effects, and the action, especially the action, being its explosive nature, which is what Monkey Kid is mostly known for. Having animation on par, if not better than some action animes. Even people who don't watch the show and seeing clips of the fights are enthralled by the quality of the animation. The way they portray speed, the use of impact frames, etc. are some of the best I've seen, and it's what got me into learning about basic animation principles. Even when the show moved to rigged animation, they still kept the spirit alive. Despite limited movements, they made the most of it with the limited time they had. That fight against MK and Monkey King is one of the best fights in the show. So, which has better animation? Honestly, in these situations, both shows are on par with each other. They are both amazing in their own ways, but if I had to pick one, I would have to go with Monkey Kid. I'm just a sucker for 2D animated media. Growing up with the Disney Renaissance films and appreciating their fluidity, it's really nice on how Monkey Kid did 2D animation, considering they are on a TV budget as well, along with the amount of praise it's receiving from people who usually don't talk about LEGO shows. It's clear that Monkey Kid excels Ninjago in the animation department. Point to Monkey Kid. Like their animation, Monkey Kid and Ninjago have a very different story structure. I'll start with Monkey Kid's story first. As of the time of recording this, Monkey Kid's story styles are split into 3 seasons per arc, with the first 3 seasons building up the culmination of the Monkey King's mistakes on the world and for MK, his successor, to help stop and contain the threats. While the second arc of the show is leading to a character study on MK and his destiny along with the effects of his battles with the Lady Bone Demon upon him, taking on a less action-packed route for a more emotional and gut-punching story, while also containing some of the greatest action sequences in an animated show. While for Ninjago, early on, Ninjago had a simple story that leads to the build-up of the ultimate Spinjitzu master, being Lloyd, and the eventual defeat of the Great Darkness, being the Overlord. But as everyone knows, the series got renewed for more seasons and shows, leading for the show to eventually evolve into a self-contained story per season, while shifting away from a serialized story structure with no main plan, until Dragon's Rising. Being a fully serialized show, with well thought out details and foreshadowing for the next season, clearly showing that the writers have full confidence in what they are making. Creating discussions, mysteries, and engagements, splitting sides of the fandoms, etc. Like, that's how you know you created a great show. For this round, I would have to give it to Ninjago. Don't get me wrong, Monkey Kid's story is very compelling. MK's journey to becoming the successor was fun to watch, but I think it could have been better to see him struggle more with each new power he learns, since he also learns most of them off-screen in Season 2. Though, the emotional scenes with him either being traumatized or discovering his true purpose are heartbreaking, and done extremely well. The setup that they are currently creating for the conclusion of that arc can either be the greatest payoff or the biggest fumble, so it's currently not the best thing to compare to what Ninjago has been doing. With trial and error throughout its entire run in the span of 15 years, it is very impressive that Ninjago can still keep the show extremely compelling that's even better than most of their biggest hits back in the day, containing emotional moments that can also rival Monkie Kid in both their old and newer seasons, along with each self-contained season containing a different premise, therefore leading to more diversity and more accessibility to fans of any demographic. Also, the sheer amount of theories and speculation that are currently present for Dragon's Rising is something that hasn't been seen in the Ninjago fandom since the debate of who was the Green Ninja, showing how invested everyone is. All I need to do is scroll through Twitter for a few minutes and get a tweet that has me compelled and thinking about how impressive this show is, and I don't really see that same amount of energy for Monkie Kid. Though, to be fair, we are currently in a drought, but the point is, this just proves that when you have a passionate team, you can get the best results. Point to Ninjago. Both Monkie Kid and Ninjago contain similar types of music. You get the calm and tranquil flute music, the awesome battle music, the catchy theme song, and some horror thriller style music. Each music sequence has their own charm to it, and as similar in style of music usage throughout both shows, I'd have to give the point to Ninjago. Monkie Kid doesn't really have a problem with its music. It's good and all, but I like Ninjago's music more. What Monkie Kid's music lacks is memorability. The music is well done, the theme song is catchy, but it doesn't hit the same as something like The Weekend Whip. Monkie Kid's score can range from amazing like Nuwa and the Lady Bone Demon's music, and the rest are just okay and forgettable. In fact, Monkie Kid's most memorable music, that being Monkey King's theme, the one that goes like Kiki, is actually a remix of the classic Journey to the West show theme from 1986. Ninjago, on the other hand, doesn't suffer from this problem. Nostalgia isn't even a factor in this case, surprisingly, because excluding the Weekend Whip, which is still a certified banger, you have just the basic scores and symphonies that played through each season, whether that's the iconic overture, Zane's Falcon theme, the music of the dragons, and more along with the main music of each season, each being straight up beautiful. With the Master of the Mountain and the Ice Chapter themes being some of my favorite personally. And which is just crazy to think about because never once did any of the music fell off from any season. Like, I cannot recommend it enough for you guys to listen to the Ninjago A Musical Journey videos because they contain the themes of almost every season, so from season 1 to season 13 Master of the Mountain, so please listen to it. There are 4 parts, it's so good. I can't really express this much love for Monkie Kid's themes that I show for Ninjago's. Aside from a few standouts, Monkie Kid's music is just not memorable enough to win this round. Point Ninjago. Okay, so for this section, the point goes to Monkie Kid. I mentioned in the previous section that Ninjago had a phase of no longer being serialized, self-contained stories per season, and just being plain directionless, unless they came up with serialized story ideas like Sons of Garmadon and The Bridge Between the Islands, Seabound, and Crystallized. But in the vast sea of self-contained seasons, you have some amazing seasons like Possession, but you also get some divisive stories like The Fire Chapter and Crystallize. Though Ninjago may be amazing story-wise now, they have entered a phase that most shows that run for 5 years experience, which are lower quality stories. Monkie Kid has never had this problem. It may be approaching the 5-year mark, but so far, every season has been on par with each other, if not improvements over the other. While Ninjago already had consistency problems in its first 5 seasons, while Monkie Kid's most controversial change was just the animation studios, something Ninjago's faced like about 3 times at this point. So, for this segment, point to Monkie Kid. Every piece of media has their own fandom, some good, some bad, some really bad. Same is no different with Ninjago and Monkie Kid. And surprisingly, their fandoms are not the most different aside from obvious factors. Both fandoms tend to express their love for the show through the use of artworks, buying products from them, or watching the show on repeat. Some are more dedicated than others, but like every fandom, there is always a dark side to them. And to determine the winner, we need to eliminate which is the more toxic fan base. It's Ninjago. Ninjago has the more toxic fan base. Now, as a member of both communities, I am so glad that I could observe seemingly similar spectrums of fandoms and see how messed up they truly are. Monkie Kid's fandom is the most wholesome fanbase I've ever been a part of, with almost everyone a part of it being some form of artist, animator, or animation enthusiast. While Ninjago's fandom may contain those guys as well, they can also contain some sexist, homophobic, and straight up freaky people, because look at this product. I'm not done blurring the visuals because I don't want really to mess with your mind. Like, it's too messed up. I don't want to mess with you guys. I'm sure that the Monkey Kid fandom has some of these freaks, but the amount is so small that nobody knows about them. So for this round, I'm giving the point to Monkey Kid for having the better fandom. So if it isn't obvious, Monkey Kid has won this battle. There are other aspects of Ninjago that are better than Monkey Kid, like the LEGO sets, having more accurate look into the show with having better minifigures that reflect the show better than Monkey Kid can ever, along with being more affordable than Monkey Kid sets, but that doesn't really affect the show that much besides translating designs to the shows. Now, I love both of these shows equally, but based on the metrics I provided, Monkey Kid is the better show, meaning consistency of quality throughout its run, having much more appealing animation, and a fandom that's extremely nice and supportive of everyone. Ninjago may have the broader appeal, but like it says, the majority wins, and in this situation, Monkey Kid won. But these are just my opinions, and I want to hear yours. To be honest, I only made this video so I can gush about Ninjago without losing views, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that you can check out my other videos that are not Monkey Kid related.